Watch the Knicks and the Cavaliers last night. Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs hosting the Knicks. Look who's in the house. Myles Garrett pulling the sword, and away they go. First quarter action, Donovan Mitchell cleared for takeoff.
From Louisville. Shout out to Tom Jackson.
Nice setup from Dennis Schroeder. Cavs with the early lead. Then it's Mitchell. It's Dean Wade. He's going to knock down a three, and the Cavs have extended the lead to 9. 4 minutes to play in the half. Knicks are in a 5-point game. Jalen Brunson doing his thing. He would score 20. It's a 2-point game after the free throw. A minute later, a rare sighting last night. Karl-Anthony Towns taking a shot. He only took 5 shots last night. He made them all. He had 14 points. Third quarter, Cavs up by 8, and here they go. Tell me what you see on this play, Harry.
A wide open three-pointer. Nothing but nets.
Get used to seeing that. That was James Harden. Here comes some more wide open three-pointers. All right? So this is the Knicks. No good on one end. We're going down the other end of the floor. What are we going to wind up seeing, Harry?
A wide open three-pointer. Nothing but nets. Horrible defense.
That's Harden. He had 20. Let's keep it going. Fourth quarter, 10 minutes to play. Cavs up 14. What do we have here?
A wide open three-pointer, nothing but nets, horrible defense again by the Knicks.
Donovan Mitchell would score 23. Give me one more for good measure.
A wide open three-pointer, OG Anunoby, who's supposed to be their best defender, not closing out quick enough. Nothing but nets.
Cavs win it going away. Winning against good competition has been difficult for the Knicks this year. They're 4-5 against the Cavs, Celtics, and Pistons. 3 of those losses have come against the Pistons. Those are 3 of the 4 top teams in the conference along with the Knicks. It's been such a roller coaster of a season for New York so far. And again, Chiney and Tim McMahon are with us doing the hoops here this morning. We got a lot of Knicks fans who are very frustrated in this building today. Chiney, from all the way on the other coast, can you explain to them why this team has been so inconsistent?
Let me tell you, to go from the excitement of witnessing what happened last year in the Garden to where the Knicks are right now, I would never want to be a Knicks fan, respectfully. 2 teams, Knicks, Clippers, they give me a headache, they give me heartburn, and I'm glad I'm sticking with my Houston Rockets. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way. A few months ago, I thought the New York Knicks were the clear-cut favorites in the East. On paper, they have one of the most talented rosters in the NBA. But where we are today is there are a lot of question marks because they don't show up in big games against the Eastern Conference best. And typically, I'd say they have the best player on the floor, but then Cade Cunningham drops 40+. Then we'll say, all right, they have maybe the top 2, and then next thing you know, they go up against a new remix lineup of the Cleveland Cavaliers, where Donovan Mitchell and James Harden look like they've been playing together for all of their lives. The biggest issue for the Knicks is they played at the level of their competition, but in this one it was egregious, just because they didn't have enough weapons to really deal with this team. Do you know how hard it is to add a piece and not miss a beat? The Cavs have added a piece, and it looks like they are in championship form, so they are so far from what I expected them to be at the start of this year.
And then, Tim, again, I had to look at this a couple of times to make sure I was reading it correctly. Karl-Anthony Towns took 5 shots in 29 minutes last night. He's a little bit of a lightning rod of a conversation in this town. What are the right things to say about him today?
It's absolutely dumbfounding that Cat gets 5 shots, goes 5 of 5. Nobody else in the starting lineup was shooting the ball well. It's as dumbfounding as Chiney bringing up the Houston Rockets, fresh off them blowing an 18-point lead against a Knicks team who can't beat anybody else right now. Listen, the Cat offensive issue has been something that has been an underlying theme all season long. He's been frustrated playing for Mike Brown. You don't have to guess. He's made that very clear. Mike Brown wants to play out of concepts. Cat wants plays called for him. You got to figure out a way to get this guy ball. He's got to be more aggressive. His teammates got to find him. The coaches have to figure out a way to get him the ball. He ain't out there for his defense, and nobody else was scoring last night.
So listen. Yeah, go ahead, Chiney.
What makes this more egregious, Greeny, is the fact that sometimes when it's not your night, when Bridges and Brunson go 12 for 36 from the floor, when you're shooting 27% from 3, you'd be like, oh, let's rely on the big man. And that guy only has 5 shots. Now, last week, I was actually wondering to myself, as a player, how would I respond to a system that's not designed for me to be great? I would go on the block and demand the ball. But right here, it just, to me, is like, I didn't put too much blame on Cat in this one because as a coach, when you notice your shot is not falling, you have to be able to pivot to another strategy. And it just seems like they didn't have that requisite pivot. And to me, that's really dumbfounding.
All right, stay where you are, guys. We'll talk more about this later. I have a few more questions about Towns and the Knicks, who continue to struggle here. We got a good doubleheader.
Over to the east side, the Cavs hosting the Knicks. A very special guest defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett, in the house, pulling the sword. Cavs looking for their 6th straight home win. Trying to impress Myles Garrett. Well, Donovan Mitchell was impressing with the slam. Dennis Schroeder with a nice setup to Mitchell. And with this, the Cavs were leading 27-21 in the first. Still, final seconds here. Mitchell knocks it out to Dean Wade. Hits the three as time expires. Working well under pressure. Jalen Brunson, though, wanted to respond, and he did this way. Driving, banks the shot, drops the foul. 20 points for him on the night. Would it be enough? Well, the Knicks are still trailing here by 2. Karl-Anthony Towns wanted to help that out, and he did. Knicks back within 1 with that 3. 14.7 rebounds there from Cat. Let's take it to the third quarter. It's Wade again, finding a wide-open James Harden, who hits the 3. Cavs pulling ahead 69-58. The Knicks trying to respond here. Mohamed Diawara misses a wide-open corner 3, gives a little gift there to Schroeder, and he would gift it to James Harden alone, drilling the 3. Knicks really struggling in the third quarter. 3 for 24 from the field, 1 for 12 from the three-point line. Mike Brown's face just says it all. On to the fourth. Cavs up 85-71. Mitchell with the corner 3, 23 points for him. Cavs leading significantly, and still with Harden again knocking down another corner 3, 20 points for him. The Cavs win 109-94, and that's the Cavs' first win versus the Knicks this season. Since the turn of the new year, Cleveland holds the best record in the NBA while also climbing 4 spots in the Eastern Conference, making their way from the 8th seed on January 1st to the 4th seed today. Here's head coach Kenny Atkinson on the impact James Harden has on this new team.
Bringing James on has given us a kind of renewed confidence, if that makes sense. Like, just we understand we're a better team, and that spirit, that confidence, for some strange reason, makes you play harder and compete harder defensively. And I felt like we were kind of missing that edge, that belief. So I feel like we're regaining that. And again, a lot of it has to do who we added.
Back here with Tim McMahon, just listening to Coach, and it's no wonder, Tim, because the Cavs are 6-1 with James Harden and are only 2 games back from the 2 seed in the East. What is the ceiling for the new-look Cavs, in your opinion?
Look, the Cavs made this trade to raise their ceiling to a championship level. That's why you go all in on a guy in his mid-30s in James Harden. Now, seeing is believing. Do they have the talent to make a run through the Eastern Conference? Absolutely. But James Harden has a checkered playoff history, to put it politely. Jared Allen has been a disappointment in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell has never been able to get his team past the second round of the playoffs. So there's the playoffs, that's when the proof comes. But the Cleveland Cavaliers absolutely have reason to believe that they can make a run through the Eastern Conference and give themselves a chance to win a championship.
Yeah, the proof is truly in the pudding, or in this case, it's in the beard there with James Harden. Tim, thanks so much.